Hey everybody, this is Brandon from Brandon House Furniture. Want y'all to come out support the Cultural Arts Center. We've donated some furniture for show tonight, and please come out and support us. It's a lot of history here in this Suffolk, and we appreciate you. We're also giving a gift certificate away, so you come on out and bid on it, and we appreciate your support. God bless.
Good evening. I'm Susan Lawrence, the Executive Director here at the Suffolk Center for Cultural Arts. Welcome to our very first virtual fundraiser, There's No Place Like Home for the Arts. This year, more than ever, it's important to support the arts from the comfort and safety of our own homes. We know this is new and different, and we greatly appreciate your participation. In just a few minutes, we will be broadcasting live from the Charlie Bird stage in the historic Birdsong Theater at the Suffolk Center. Operating virtually has become a new normal for the Suffolk Center since we had to shutter our venue last March due to COVID. We have had to virtually recreate everything that we do. You're going to learn about some of the creative new programming that we have initiated in the live broadcast. At this time, I would like to thank the Special Events Committee who worked diligently with our team here at the Suffolk Center to create tonight's virtual fundraiser. Thank you to Chair Susan Rawls and her committee members, Sharon Flintoff, Bonnie Spate, Penny Birdsong, Pearl Harrell, Kristen Pond, Christy Johnson, Denson House, Mindy Webb, Teresa Earls, and Mary Kemple Henderson. Thank you for your creativity and hard work. And a special thank you to tonight's sponsors, because without you, we simply couldn't have pulled the event off. And thank you to all party participants. We appreciate you being part of us. Please remember, bid high, bid often, support the Suffolk Center, be very generous this year, as all of the proceeds will go to support arts education and arts outreach in 2021. So with no further ado, I would like to introduce tonight's MCs, Carrie Fury with Wavy TV 10's Hampton Roadshow and singer-songwriter Jim Newsom. Welcome to the Birdsong Theater. And let's get this party started.
That was some fantastic driving.
Oh, man. Now that's the way to make an entrance, Carrie
It
Fury.
sure is. I want to tell everybody the Wicked Witch of the East was like that before the golf cart arrived. All right, are we 6 feet apart?
Close enough. Hey, everybody, I'm Jim Newsom, and this is my good friend Carrie Fury from Wavy TV. And boy, are we glad you're joining us tonight, because there's no place like home for the arts, and for the next hour, this is home.
And this is your hometown. So we're both so excited to be here, of course, for you, because it is your hometown. For me, because I just don't get out to Suffolk enough. But whenever I do, I have a great time.
Not only is this my hometown, this is my home high school building right here. So this is what it's all about, man. Suffolk Center for Cultural Arts. Thanks for being here. And this evening, we are going to be here to help provide funding for the programs and the educational programs here at the Suffolk Center for Cultural Arts. There is no place like home for the arts.
No place like home. And this is a place that's unlike any other place in the area in terms of being a comprehensive art center. So what does that mean? It means that not only is there a space here like the beautiful Birdsong Theater that we're in, but there's also gallery space, classroom space, there's a ballroom downstairs, there's a restaurant here. So there's really not another facility that's as flexible, and we saw a lot of flexibility in the past year.
Indeed. And this evening we've got something for everyone. There's something for everyone here at the center. Well, we've got something for everyone this evening in both our live auction and the silent auction, which you can see online. And all proceeds from this evening go to Suffolk Center's arts education and community outreach programs. Now, it's easy to bid. In the silent and live auctions, all you have to do is text the word Suffolk, Suffolk, to 71760.
Couple of things you need to be aware of, though. The silent auction. Now, auctions have been open, since earlier in this week. So hopefully you've had a chance to get a good look. So during this particular hour, we're going to get to those wonderful live auction items. The silent auction items you'll be able to bid on up until 10 o'clock tonight.
That's right. But the live auction's till 8 o'clock.
8 o'clock. It's all going to happen in the next hour. We're so glad that you're here. We hope you're ready to bid, and we hope you're ready to play bingo. A lot of you decided to join us in a game of bingo tonight. So here's how that's going to work. Jim and I have a list of special words that we're going to say. And so every time we say one of those very special words, you will not be able to miss it because we'll probably be pretty obvious about it. And then you're going to hear the sound of a doorbell at home. So if you fill up your bingo card, you've got to take a picture of it and send it in once all 25 squares are full. Okay, so take that picture and then you text that picture to 899-1623, 899-1623, and prizes will be awarded in the order that those texts come in. You want to tell them how much is up at stake here?
Well,
this is not your grandmother's bingo game.
No, this is pretty good. The first person who fills up their card, all 25 squares, and sends that picture in to the number that Carrie just gave you, will get $2,000.
$2,000.
The second person gets $1,000, and third place, the bronze, goes for $500. So that's a pretty good deal, you know?
And it's also how we trick you into paying attention for the entire hour.
How about that? And we're going to use the words in not real subtle ways, so you'll know, but do pay attention. Now, for the best way to view tonight, click on the small square in the right corner of your screen. To make the picture, to fill up your screen.
This virtual fundraiser is new to everybody. It's new to everybody here, and it's new to you guys at home. So we've gone to great trouble to make this a beautiful and expansive set. We want to make sure that you can see the whole thing, especially we've got a couple of beautiful auction items that are right here on our right and left, or your left and right. But anyway, enlarge the picture so you don't miss anything.
Now, Carrie and I have decided that we're going to use the bingo words in sentences or perhaps even in song. You never know what might happen. But I'm thinking it's time. We're going to start off with a couple of bingo words, and I'm being so subtle, but let me just put it this way. We were all first when we rode down the street and ended up at the Suffolk Center.
All first, like an all-way tie. Or also, all first sounds familiar because I think when we get to thanking some of the folks that made this evening possible,
it's possible.
I think you'll hear the name All First again. And we do appreciate them for being our bingo sponsor, All First LLC.
That's why they get mentioned first, because they're sponsoring the bingo. See, pretty slick. Yeah.
We know how to get invited back.
And we also want to thank Dwight and Jane Shawback for sponsoring the golf cart that Carrie and I rode in here on. And you notice somehow I managed to avoid the cliff, which was good.
That was all the only concern I had for the evening was just don't let Jim hit that gas and drive us off the stage. But we did really well.
We did well. I went to school out in Southwest Virginia, and, there's some winding roads out there. So anyway, we also want to say thanks to Birdsong Peanuts as the Emerald City sponsor. I say that while sitting in the Birdsong Theater. And, of course, Wayne James.
That's right.
Wayne James on the keys back here, a fantastic musician who is sharing his musical talents with us tonight. And I'm so glad to have him here. Wayne's a member of the band Connected, also performs solo. I've seen him around the area playing all kinds of great music, and he is a school music teacher.
All right. Thank you for all you do, Wayne. Appreciate it. We also want to thank the businesses, the artists, and the others who donated the items for the live and silent auctions. And let's just tell you a few more of the silent auction items that we have today. A variety of gorgeous works of art, like the ones that you see here, the glass and the paintings. Also, a bushel of crabs, a bushel of oysters.
I love you. A bushel of crabs, a bushel of oysters. Yes.
There's a stay in the Outer Banks, and the gourmet baskets, the gift certificates, and so much more.
And the Jim Newsom 6 CD box set is in the silent auction. So if you haven't bid on that yet, if you don't have them yet, this is a way to get them. So a little personal plug there. But speaking of the Outer Banks.
All right, let's take a look at our first auction item up for bid. There was a second. You said Suffolk Center, right?
Yeah. Hi, folks. Tim Daniel from the Suffolk Airport. The next item up for bid is round-trip transportation for two to the Outer Banks Aboard this fully equipped Cessna 182 Turbo, you'll be flown down on a Friday. I will come back and get you the following Monday. Once you land at the Outer Banks, ground transportation will take you to the cottage or hotel of your choice. And remember, as you figure your bid, it's not only for a great cause, but flying is the most fun you can have with your clothes on.
Oh man, going down to the Outer Banks with a little bit of nice music. Ba-da-ba-doo. Oh, well, you know what? That music makes me want to do more bingo.
More bingo words. All right, let's do it.
Let's do it. You know, because when I was in school here, we had lots of great teachers who always gave me good grades, of course.
Did they?
Oh, yeah. All the time.
We know students now are getting lots of lessons in how to wash their hands and use hand sanitizer. It's been such a year for teachers, whether they have been in and out of class or Zoom teaching, or if they've been teaching those outreach art classes, you know, from right here in the center.
And you know, you need to take that hand sanitizer after you have left the teachers behind and gone on vacation.
Or if you're a teacher who gets to go on a vacation, because they deserve it.
And they should go to the Outer Banks. That's not a bad place to go. You know, speaking of teachers and bingo, you know, you can really win bingo if you get a little education in the arts. And arts education is one of the Suffolk Center's greatest strengths. It's one of the things that I really like the best that happens out of this center, having once been a high school. Let's find out more now about what education looks like here at the Suffolk Center.
Art's just a reflection of a culture that's thriving. I love just being able to teach and discover with my students. This is their happy place where they get away from work and stress. Many of my students say that this is their retreat.
The atmosphere overall is just very positive, and there's nothing negative that can come out of it. It's only positive here.
Tell my friends to go there because they could make new friends, they could try new things, and they would love it.
And my favorite thing about being in children's chorus was being able to meet new people and make new friends.
Always the highlight of my summer. I love working with the kids and being a part of their education. I think the Suffolk Center does a really great job of broadening their horizons when it comes to the arts and giving them some really great and unique experiences.
I was photographer for a kids camp, and the kids were watching the end of the week video I made, and then after it went off, all of the kids just got up and started applauding and like saying thank you, Carly, to me, and it was a very special moment.
I love camp because you can make a lot of new friends and there's projects and performances. My favorite part about going to theater camp is going to different classes like improv, dance, and costume designing. I really enjoyed summer camp. I think my favorite part was just acting with people.
We had so much fun at the Suffolk Center for Cultural Arts Camp, and we hope that you enjoy the Suffolk Center for Cultural Arts. You support that fundraiser.
video, but it's worth repeating that a lot of the art outreach classes have been offered to the community, either low cost or absolutely no cost. So if you were wondering, well, where will my money go? How will it be used? Those are the kinds of things that the Suffolk Center for Cultural Arts has been doing, especially throughout the pandemic, is making sure no one has been without that creative outlet, whether they just want to enjoy a performance or learn how to do something.
That's right. And that's where the proceeds from tonight are going. And speaking of the proceeds from tonight, let's take a look at where the bids are now on the big items, the live auction items. We look at our leaderboard and we see the golf cart is right now at $5,000. The round trip air service to the Outer Banks is at $500. The big drum fishing is at $950. The quail hunt, $2,250, huh?
And you're going to see more about both of those packages
coming
up in just a little bit.
The fantastic grazing painting of the Blue Ridge Mountains is $550 right now, and the glass sculpture $600. Come on, folks, we got to pump these items up. Now, maybe when we show the videos of them, hopefully you will get a better feel for what a great deal some of these are, particularly, you know, the grazing painting and the glass sculpture, way too low right now. So I know we're going to be pumping those things up because we have looked at them and they are beautiful.
They are really, really beautiful. And these are the things that we'll appreciate. These are the things that can stay in your family forever and ever. So really consider having something nice to remember, you know, why you support the art and to just enjoy in your home for years and years to come.
To appreciate while they appreciate.
Exactly.
There you go. You know what, Carrie? Bingo. What do you think?
I think appreciate is not a bingo word, even though we just said it 5,000 times. But we do have the real words, so make sure you're listening for that doorbell too. You know, when we first came in and we have been rehearsing, everybody's been working hard on this. We just want to let you know that we're not wearing masks right now, even though we're two people in a room because we're so far apart in such a huge space. But whenever it was necessary, we sure did wear our face mask.
Community outreach to you is taking the face mask off and reaching out, doing community outreach.
Setting that good example.
Yes, so B-I-N-G-O is what I say. Now, we've got another live auction item to look at while you're trying to figure out what in the world were they talking about with those bingo words.
Yeah.
And this is really cool. Now, I love this. Tarpon and drum fishing trip on the Pamlico River, Belhaven, North Carolina.
Enjoy a day of big drum and tarpon fishing aboard a 26-foot Seahawk center console fishing vessel with USCG licensed captain Lech Lawrence on the Pamlico Sound in Belhaven, North Carolina. This full-day trip will accommodate up to 3 fishermen who will be treated to lunch and drinks. All bait and tackle will be provided. Dinner will also be provided for the 3 fishermen the evening before the trip. Bring yourself, 2 friends, sunscreen, drinks, and get ready for a great fishing adventure. Place your bid now for a chance to win this fishing trip on the Pamlico Sound in Belhaven, North Carolina.
Little drum fishing. Now, to me, as a musician, the idea of fishing with a drum is a different thing, I think, than drum fishing with Lech Lawrence out on the river down there in Belhaven.
There is, you know, a sacred code between co-hosts that we don't always necessarily reveal what we were talking about while you were watching that video, but Jim did think there might have been a drum set on the boat.
I didn't see it,
but you'd still go.
I would still go and do it, but I'd probably have to take a guitar, I guess, perhaps, take a guitar for drum fishing. Now, you're saying to yourself, Jim and Carrie, stop having so much fun and tell us how to bid, okay? How do they bid?
It's very easy. You just text the word Suffolk to 71760.
71760.
Text the word Suffolk, and that's how you enter your bid. And that also goes for the silent auction items as well. And that also goes for if you just want to make a donation. No amount is too big or too small. So if by any chance you're that 1 in a million who doesn't necessarily see something in the live or silent auction, it could happen. It could happen. But we will gladly take your donations as well. If you just want to text in whatever you are able to share, there's a donate button that's right there on the bidding screen.
As there should be, as any good nonprofit would have, is a donate button right there up front.
Button. Mm-hmm.
Yes, indeed. Now, let's see. We just looked at the leaderboard for the live auction items. So I'm thinking to myself, we should probably throw a little bit more bingo out there because, you know, somebody's going to win.
Somebody's going to win $2,000. Somebody's going to win $1,000. Somebody's going to win $500.
And Carrie and I, because we were thinking bingo, we drove out here in a golf cart. And the reason we were driving out here onto the stage in a golf cart was so that we could co-MC a virtual event at the Suffolk Center for Cultural Art.
Yes, and life has been a virtual event for most of this past year. So we do appreciate that you're joining us tonight. And we really can't wait until we can move forward into doing more things live and in person. But for now, it feels pretty good to be able to continue to support the arts, as the Suffolk Center for Cultural Arts has really they've never left you, during this pandemic. They've been open for small group events if people wanted to come into the gallery, and they found a way to bring art into your home through the performances on stage.
They've had bi-weekly concerts right here in the theater with a limited capacity for the crowds, but also virtual, being broadcast. I've watched them, and it looks good. I have not come live. I'm staying as safe as I can, but but they're doing it right here, and it is an amazing thing. Suffolk's got a real resource here that, I don't know if people realize how lucky that we are in Suffolk to have the Suffolk
We
Center.
should let people know you've been, all I hear from my very creative friends is how painful it is to be an artist and to not be able to perform and to not be able to create. I'm getting a lot of nods from our resident, from our one-man house band tonight. But I was happy to hear that you've been able to work on an album. And, we know Celeste Kellogg, who was one of the performers during that concert series. She's also performed on our show, as you have. And it hurts the artists to not have a place to perform as much as it hurts their audiences. So to have them brought together through a series like that is pretty phenomenal. And of course, everybody knows their names: Celeste Kellogg, Louis McGee, Jim Newsom. But a lot of times what really keeps this place going are really the volunteers and the sponsors. They are the lifeblood of any nonprofit organization.
A true center that promotes the arts is a key component of a thriving community.
As you walk through the halls of the Suffolk Center, you feel that nostalgia. It's been preserved there. And I think for a community to move forward and continue to grow, it's also important that they remember where they came from, the history that's brought them to that point.
When I heard my old high school was going to be turned into a cultural arts center by Betsy Brothers and those who helped her, I was really excited about that.
I referred to it as Suffolk's crowning jewel.
I believe that the Suffolk Center stretches our community.
You just gotta come. There's something important happening here, and until you come, you don't feel it, you don't know it, and you'll be back again.
It's a place of creativity, imagination, education, and of course, performing arts.
And it really is a magical place to be. And I certainly encourage people to come and support this center.
I had a play here a couple of years ago by the name with Shrek and his wife. And well, I didn't know much about Shrek, but I knew my granddaughters did. And after the program, I was able to have my picture taken with Shrek and his wife. I sent it to my granddaughters, and they were really, really taken back by knowing that their pap knew Shrek.
The Suffolk Center has it all and is extremely important to our community.
And since its beginning, I have been here, and it's been a joy from day one.
The center reaches outside of itself, and you want to be a part of that.
There's something there that everybody's going to take away and have an experience for. It's generational. It's not just limited to one group. It's for the entire community.
I can't
repeat enough what a great place this is. But you really come and see us, please. Just come.
You know, they've got some really great folks here helping out. I'm telling you, some great volunteers and wonderful sponsors that help to keep the Suffolk Center going. But I mean, the group of volunteers here really is incredible. How much time that they give to the center. You know, I've been very impressed with that. But you know what time it is? Do you know what time it is?
It could be time for a couple of things. We could throw out some more bingo words. We could check on the leaders. It's your choice. What do you want to do?
Let's check on let's do that.
I have a couple of leaders for silent auction items. So that tandem skydive. You ever done that?
No. Have you?
Yes. I'm so glad you asked. Actually, have not done a tandem skydive. I went to ground school and jumped out by myself.
No kidding.
Yeah, 2 times. That's like a favorite Suffolk memory of mine is going out to skydive Suffolk and jumping out.
In Suffolk. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay. Anyway, it's not about me. It's about
no, it's about you.
It's about bidder 106. 106 right now. You currently have the highest bid. You cannot back out or chicken out because you're the highest bidder right now.
Do we know what the dollar amount is?
$215.
That's pretty good.
But I mean, this is open till 10 o'clock, so somebody could swoop in and snag it from
Somebody
you.
could
So keep your
dive
eye
in
on
and
it.
snag
Somebody
it,
could
yeah.
dive right in. And the Eclipse boat, that beautiful painting, silent auction item S101. Right now, the highest bid is $310 for bidder 1032.
Cool.
Night is still young on these, though.
Yes, indeed.
Open till 10 o'clock.
That's all you got?
That's all I got for now.
Oh, I got. See, didn't you? Did she fake you out like she faked me
Do you
out?
like
I
the
thought
set?
she was going to like make this whole list, and she gives me 2.
Have you taken a moment to just peruse the set and the theme here?
I like the set.
We've
and the
got
theme.
Toto in our basket. We've got our poppies. We've got our
We've
Wicked
got
Witch of
our
the East.
witch, yes, and with the ruby slippers, right? Or
right
are
over
those
here.
ruby?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're Red Raider slippers
It's
left
like-
over from the Suffolk High School days here, you see.
like
And the
we're in
red
Oz.
flowers, yeah. Anyway, hey, you know what? You know what we should do?
Yeah.
Because you've already done that. So we've got to do some bingo words, and we've got good ones for you now. Some. Reside. I see such generosity out there watching here with me and Carrie. Please make your bid and play your bingo card, and then we'll call your name at the end. How about that?
You worked on this since rehearsal.
No,
Yes,
no.
you did. Yes,
No,
you
no,
did.
no.
That was fantastic. And so hopefully you also heard the wonderful accompaniment of the doorbell a couple of times in there.
I hope.
And that
I don't know. I can't
musical
hear the bell.
interlude. That was fantastic.
So that's our bingo words for now. Subtle, yes. But speaking of subtle, now, how's this for a second?
No one who's subtle says, speaking of subtle.
That's a good point. Okay,
But-
you're right. Anyway, okay, now.
See, you can sing. I can be a wise guy. That's my
Okay, well,
superpower.
I
Yours
think that's
is
fair.
song.
That's fair. Now, back behind me, in fact, suppose I stand up and go stand back here. Right here, Neil Duman, who is known for his amazing use of color in his hand-blown glass sculpture. Let's hear from Neil with the inspiration behind this piece that he's donated to tonight's auction.
I'm Neil Duman. The inspiration behind the piece I'm donating this year to the Arts Center comes from the many days of taking raft trips down the James River in Richmond, Virginia. Please enjoy the piece, enjoy the auction, and stay healthy.
Oh, yeah.
All right. So somebody is going to have that in their home and they're going to enjoy it. And hopefully it's going to be somebody who bid a lot. Nothing wrong with a win-win, right? A win for the person who becomes the owner of that beautiful sculpture, and a win for the Suffolk Center for Cultural Arts to continue the arts education and the outreach that's so important.
I like that. And, the reason that we're here, and I keep coming back because, it's all about the arts, but it's also about funding. And I want to thank a few sponsors. Some folks, the great thing about coming home for me, besides the fact that there is no place like home for the arts, is just the great sponsors, most of whom I know.
I know.
Nansman Insurance Agency, really wonderful folks, and Suffolk Insurance, both great firms and really wonderful people that I have known for a million years. Baldwin Advisory, Griffin Oil and Propane, Cross Realty, my old buddy Harry Cross and son Lee and the gang there. You want to read a few more?
Yeah. Lou and Mary Haddad Foundation. Hopefully I'm saying that
Haddad.
right. Haddad Foundation. Lou and Mary Haddad. Thank you so much. Freedom Street Partners Office and of Margie Wiley, the Farmers Bank, and also Johnson & Sons Seafood.
Pender and Coward. We all know Pender and Coward. The Suffolk Foundation Women's Impact Fund.
Also Town Bank, and also Sandra and Mac Birdsong. As we sit here in the beautiful
Sandra and Mac Birdsong, that's right, part of the great Birdsong heritage here. And Pearl Harrell, who had a lot to do with the early days here at the Suffolk Center when I was involved in the early days of the Suffolk Center. Also now supporting, as are Nancy and Joseph Verderame.
That's a fun one to say.
I love it. And another couple of old friends, Jim and Becky Hobble. Thanks to all of you for your sponsorship. And Dennis and Margaret Gartman. Goodness gracious, I can't leave them out.
It's got to be fun for you to say the names of the people that you
I actually know,
and hung out with. And if any of them have embarrassing stories about you, they can just give me a...
Well, they may just be hiding right now and saying, we don't want anybody to know that we actually knew this guy. But, hey, what can I say?
I'm sure everybody in Suffolk is proud to know you. Don't be silly. Come on. I'm sure you're one of Suffolk's favorite sons. And now, a Hampton Roads treasure might be strong, but,
Goodness gracious, Carrie. Well, I do love coming back home. And I love, particularly like in here, okay, this was once upon a time the high school auditorium. It's now a beautiful 500-seat Birdsong Theater. We're sitting on the Charlie Bird stage, named after the great guitarist Charlie Bird from Chuckatuck. We have 2 art galleries in here. One that used to be the library when I was in school, and one that was the principal's office, and they're now art galleries.
And
probably.
They're open. They're open if you would like to come
They're
in
beautiful,
and see
and
the
they've
gallery.
got stuff in them. Yeah, they're beautiful. Yeah,
you can call, and they'll do socially distanced tours of the gallery. That's what we mean when we say that this is a comprehensive art space and a one of a kind in the area, is because it's not just a theater or just studio space or just galleries or just classrooms. There's even a restaurant here. There's a gift shop here. And so, I'm not originally from this area. So when I go, I say I have 2 homes here and where I'm originally from. And when I'm going back to where I'm originally from in Massachusetts, whenever I want to bring a unique gift that says something about Hampton Roads in Virginia, gift shops like the one
like
here
Jester's,
is the perfect place to find something really, really unique.
It really is. And, we skipped over, but we should mention the ballroom here also, because this is really, if you can have a reception or a party or a gathering, banquet, the ballroom here is truly fantastic.
Parties are going to come back. Large groups,
They're coming.
receptions. So, congratulations. Maybe anybody newly engaged out there, maybe somebody planning a class reunion and you've got a year maybe to plan.
Well, yeah, my class reunion has been postponed 4 times and we're now on for September of this year after a year and a half later. We're going to move on. I know you're saying, Jim and Carrie, stop having so much fun. Well, let me just tell you a couple more cool things. Did you know that more than 4,200 students come here each year to see free or low-cost performances? That in itself is fantastic. But another 5,000 students participate in the Artist in the Schools programs and workshops that happen actually out in the schools themselves. So that's pretty cool, as well as summer camps that happen here, art camps, art, music, theater, and the it's now the cool word, STEAM.
STEAM, right.
Science,
technology, engineering,
art,
and math.
Math, okay.
Used to just be STEM, but now it's a lot more fun.
Because art's
we have
got
the art
put in
there.
yeah,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right, let's steam along with 2 more bingo words. Some folks at home are enjoying some special food, drinks, because they got the party package.
They did indeed. And that would make a creative joy project for sure. If you
Put something like that together, sure.
I would think.
Those creative joy projects have really been keeping people going too. Just another example of the outreach that you're supporting tonight by playing bingo, by bidding on silent auction items, by bidding on the live auction items. You're keeping that outreach going out in the community right from here at the Suffolk Center for Cultural Arts.
True, because during the pandemic, the Suffolk Center's had virtual art education videos and 120 free and on demand of those videos right now, available for students of all ages. The Creative Joy Project with daily creative posts, make at home art projects, virtual gallery tours, and those live streamed concerts that I was talking about, and just so much more. There's online shopping at Jester's, the gallery shop that Carrie was talking about, and plenty of virtual gallery exhibit tours. In fact, there's been so much going on, it's hard to believe. During the pandemic, let's take a look at the year 2020 in review.
COVID-19 seems so far away. Now it looks as though it's here to stay. Oh, I believe in yesterday.
so glad we did that video, because a lot of times if you would say, do you want to look back on 2020? People say no. But when you see that look back at the past year around here, it is a reminder of the strength of the community and how many good things did happen and happened anyway, just by people being able to be flexible and be committed to not giving up on the mission of the center.
Actually, pretty amazing. Yeah, that's very impressive video, in fact. You know, let me take a minute.
What do you have over there? Because I have some things over here.
Well, see, you've got silent auction stuff, right?
I didn't show you my cards. Did you look at my cards? Wayne, did you? Is there a mirror behind me?
Okay. Well,
what do you have? I'll tell you what I have, but if you tell me, what do you have?
I have more updates on the live auction items.
All right, go ahead.
You want me to do it 1st?
I'll hold.
Put up the
Don't
leaderboard.
fold.
You guys ready to put that thing up? Let's hear it. Take a look. The golf cart still at $5,000. It can go higher. Come on, gang. It's worth more now because Carrie and I rode in it.
Exactly.
The glass sculpture, $850. It's going up. That's good.
That did get a little boost.
It's getting a little boost. A little more would be okay. Round trip air service to the OBX up to $750. The big drum fishing, big drum. I love the way big drum fishing. Must be the bass drum.
Not those puppy drums.
No, not bongos. This is big drum fishing. $1,050. The quail hunt, $2,350. How about that?
We haven't even shown you that video yet. It's my favorite.
It is. And the grazing painting, which I just think is fantastic because it reminds me of traveling out to Blacksburg and seeing the mountains over there. That's got to be somewhere along there that he painted. Anyway, that's at $700. So that's my live auction. So what do your cards say?
Okay, so the hand-carved orca, the highest bid is at $235 now, bidder $143. You're in the lead.
Cool.
The one-night stay, this is such a cool place. Smithfield Station.
Oh, yeah.
You get to stay in the Lighthouse Suite and you get to have dinner. The highest bid is at $430 for the stay and the meal.
Really?
And that's bidder $148. You're in this is like a crazy Peloton class. $148, you're in the lead.
That is really
But they're
cool.
on you. They're coming up the hill after you. Now, here's an idea. Bid on both. The timeshare at Ocean Pines in Duck, North Carolina. Right now, the highest bidder is bidder 1037 at $800. So then go get the transportation by private plane, because the great thing about the Outer Banks is it's so close, but it can feel so far away when you're in that line of traffic. So as we say here in Suffolk, as the crow flies, it's so much closer than if you have to drive there. So if you get that duck getaway, think about how you're going to get there.
If you get the crow to fly you there, then yeah, it'll be okay. So there's the updates on where we are, but have I heard from you yet? I don't know.
71760, just text the word Suffolk if you would like to make your bid.
That's great. And so once again, I want to thank all the members here at the Suffolk Center for Culture. I am a member of the Suffolk Center for Cultural Arts, and all the donors who have increased their giving or even made additional gifts this year to keep the center going, because thanks to you, the center's been able to do all the stuff that we saw in the video about 2020. In fact, while I'm thinking about it, right now, you see that little button down there that says donate on your screen? Why not make a little additional gift?
Sure. And any amount is fine, because as we've heard over and over again, COVID wasn't just a health crisis, it was a financial crisis as well. So any little amount will help keep the outreach going here from Community Arts Center.
But you know what really keeps things going?
What's that?
Playing bingo.
Yes.
Oh,
Time for some more words.
I think so, because now, it's time for some bingo words, but as I think bingo, I think of how I am being socially distant from Carrie and from Wayne right now. And I'm being socially distant even though I am not very far away from the Nansemond River. It's a little further than you. It's more than 6 feet, but I'm near the Nansemond River, and sometimes you ride along the Nansemond River or go over the Nansemond River. And you could say that sometimes essential frontline workers might, in fact, be traveling near
Could
the
be part of their
Nansemond River.
commute.
Could be.
And those are folks we also can't thank enough, along with the sponsors and the volunteers, everybody making this event happen, everything keeping the wheels on the Suffolk Center for Cultural Arts going round and round. But we really should thank those essential frontline workers too for all that they've done for us, for the community over the last year. Okay, so hopefully your doorbell was ringing. Hopefully your kids didn't think 3 pizzas had arrived. You'll have to explain to them that actually 3 more bingo words just went out. $2,000, $1,000, $500 up for grabs. When you fill your bingo card, take a picture of it, send it in, and you could be the winner. We'll remind you how you'll find out about that. But first, we want to show you another live auction item that will provide great hosts, great food, and a great day hunting quail. Let's take a look.
We are offering this year, on behalf of Everett Irby, Tom Cox, and Chef Chet Hart, an absolutely spectacular day of bird hunting in Gates County. With the best bird dogs imaginable, some of the highest quality, highest flying birds that you've ever seen, and you will be treated as royalty for our guests.
Good flying birds are just falling out of the sky. There comes one.
Your favorite video,
That was my
Carrie.
favorite video of all of them. It was because I love dogs, and those dogs were adorable.
That was pretty cool, I have to admit. Some pretty dazzling, you could say that's dazzling. It's dazzling auction items. And speaking of dazzling, I think we should dazzle the folks at home with a couple of more bingo words. And not to be too obvious, but I feel like this is a dazzling. Is the BB&T Gallery that is just across the hall from the Birdsong Theater here at the Suffolk Center.
Well done, sir. The BB&T Gallery, one of 2 here in the building. We told you that we would remind you how you can win at bingo tonight. Not only do you have to fill up your card with the 25 spaces, but when that happens, take a picture of your card and send it in to 899-1623. 899-1623 for the bingo.
And you know, not only do we play bingo here, but the Suffolk Center also partners with a number of local nonprofits for art education. So let's take a minute and look at the special relationships with our partners.
The partnership with Boys and Girls Club and Suffolk Center began about 2008, 2009. We were able to host our fine arts exhibit here at the site. We was able to invite out all of our clubs from all 7 cities. In that following fall, we were looking for opportunities for us to be able to come together on a consistent basis and be able to work with the Cultural Arts Center.
And they've had an opportunity through different classes and other organized events provided by the Suffolk Center.
Be able to express themselves in different ways. You know, the arts is one of our 5 core program areas, so of course we always like to have it in some capacity in our clubs, but being able to come here, it just took our art program to a whole nother level.
It has given an opportunity for young people who perhaps never would have had the opportunities that have been provided by the center to be so educational and so inspiring and so enriching in their young lives. It's been very special.
Well, I think funding for the Cultural Arts Center, I think is critical, I think, for this community. I think the programs that the Cultural Arts Center offers are top quality, they're world class, and that takes money, that takes resources. So I think just being able to fund that, I think would be able to give them even more, momentum going forward to offer continual, dynamic programs for not just our young people, just for the community as a whole. The Suffolk Center for the Cultural Arts, I think, is a showcase, a centerpiece for this Suffolk community. It really has, I think it's gone above and beyond, reaching out to our young people and just being just a great pillar for our people and a great outlet, and just a beacon of hope for our young people. So I'm just so thankful, for the Cultural Arts Center and just all the great work that they're doing. And we're looking forward to more great work in the future.
I'm Jordy DiFernando, and I'm the founder of Compassion Cards. In 2020, Compassion Cards was thrilled to begin a partnership with the Suffolk Center for Cultural Arts to bring anti-bullying workshops into public schools in the Franklin, Suffolk, and Smithfield communities. These workshops were really powerful opportunities for us to talk and listen with students about their fears and concerns and their struggles, and to teach them how to use their words in an empowering way to change the culture of their school. Our workshops consisted of students picking different individuals in their school and at home to write notes of kindness to. I remember one day at the close of a workshop, I was leaving one classroom and heading to another, and one of the students from my workshop chased me down the hall to thank me for taking the time to come before the entire 6th grade to share my experiences. Those messages of vulnerability that I was able to share with students impacted them in a great way. Without the partnership from the Suffolk Center, we never would have been able to bring these workshops to these students, and I'm just so grateful for the work that we've been able to do together.
Awesome to see all the nonprofits working together. We are almost coming in on 10 minutes to the end of this exciting hour. We know we still have to fill up our bingo cards. We still have more auction items to tell you about. So let's get back to making that doorbell ring. When I came in here, actually, when I walked up to the front door of the Suffolk Center for Cultural Arts, I noticed a lot of people were enjoying dinner at the Plaid Turnip, a restaurant. One of the other things that makes this such a unique place, along with Jester's, the gift shop. So it's pretty amazing how many unique things are right here in this one building.
It's hard to believe, and I wouldn't be surprised if there wasn't a Phantom of the Opera hiding around somewhere behind the proscenium here.
Now you're telling me the place might be haunted.
I'm just telling you, you don't know. There's a lot. This building's been here, since 1922, so there's no telling what kind of stuff may be going on. But, I think we should take a look at, since it's getting close to 8 o'clock, we've got a couple of more items to look at for the live auction, one of which I just think is fantastic. It's a painting by Guy Crittenden.
It's called Grazing. It's an original oil painting, and we've got more about the inspiration behind it.
Ever since I can remember, I've had a deep connection to nature. As a young boy growing up on the Chesapeake Bay, the rivers, the bays, the sandbars, and the marshes were my backyard. They were my playground. As I got older and became interested in art, it made sense that my first drawings and paintings were of the natural world that surrounded me. Herons and gulls, ducks, geese, crabbing and fishing and hunting, they were just a way of life for me. I'm inspired almost every day by my encounters with nature, and I enjoy bringing home those encounters and those experiences to the studio at night and putting them on canvas. It's gratifying on many levels. This year's auction piece is a 12 by 16 original oil entitled Grazing. It was inspired by one of my many trips to the western part of the state where the Blue Ridge Mountains meets the Shenandoah Valley. You see these vast pastures of golden grasses and cows grazing in the distance, and you just know you're in Virginia. Good luck in the auction this year, and thank you for your support of the Suffolk Center for Cultural Arts.
Oh yeah, Guy Crittenden's fantastic painting, and his work will be on display as part of the exhibit opening on March the 18th here at the Suffolk Center called Walk on the Wild Side, with a variety of mediums featuring all kinds of artists, Captain John Leonard, a decoy carver, and wood carvers Mark McNair and Ian McNair from the Eastern Shore, who do waterfowl and shorebird decoys. And of course, Guy Crittenden, whose work we just saw a part of. He's a landscape, wildlife, and sporting scene portrayer, if you will, and has, this is the coolest thing, he's a 7-time winner of the Virginia Duck Stamp. So that alone is pretty cool, if you ask me.
And if you've put a bid in on this painting, you're wondering how you're doing, we are going to show you the leaderboard in just a little bit. But there's one more fabulous live auction item that we need to tell you a little bit more about. It's
but
actually,
before we do,
what?
Don't forget bingo. You can't forget. I know. You want to
All
get
right,
to
I
this
won't
other
forget
item,
bingo.
so do I. But the powers that be are saying, Jim, bingo. Okay. And so I would just say this. There has been known to be a winter concert or two here in the Birdsong Theater at the Suffolk Center for Cultural Arts. So it is possible that here at the Birdsong Theater, there could be a winter concert or two.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I think when I think bingo. I think concert, winter concert, and Birdsong Theater. But how am I going to get to that concert? I'm going to ride in my brand new fabulous golf cart. Man, that is the life. You know, whether you're a golfer or not, this is a great way to get around. Hey, I'm Jim Newsom, and this golf cart could be yours if you make the highest bid in our auction here at the Suffolk Center. Dwight and Jane Shawback contributed this. It is a great golf cart, a 4-seater. Come on, you can't beat it. Join with me, make that pledge of support, make a bid on this item right here. You can't beat it. And if you don't want it, I'll take it off your hands, but please, be the high bid. Thanks a lot, and I'll see you around. At and then yeah. All right, that golf cart, and there you go. I've had more fun with that golf cart. So let's take a look.
You're gonna miss it.
I'm gonna miss it. It's a fact. Okay, real quick, let's take a look at the leaderboard because we've only got a couple of more minutes to go on the live auction. Golf cart currently at $5,200. The glass sculpture at $1,050.
Nice.
The round trip to the OBX in a plane, $950. The big drum fishing, $1,050. The quail hunt, $3,150. And the grazing painting at $750. So you've got a couple of minutes. It all ends at 8 o'clock, and I'm not sure who the official timekeeper is, but I know that they're going to gong us if we go long on that. So you don't have much time left on the live auction. Now remember, the silent auction bidding goes on even past when we're gone. It goes till 10 o'clock tonight, and the donate button will also be live till 10 o'clock tonight.
Right. So hopefully you're already logged on to suffolkcenter.org earlier tonight. That's where you go to keep bidding on your silent auction items, or you can do it by text. You know, for the kids out there who are texting, 71760, text the word Suffolk to make your bid. Again, 10 o'clock for the silent auction items, and our live auction excitement is winding down here. So if you want to literally make a last minute bid, you should do it now.
Yeah, I show like 2 minutes. I show 7:58 on my unofficial timer.
Okay.
But that just means that if you're going to make a bid on those live auction items, do it now or forever hold your peace.
Now, people who want the $2,000, the $1,000, the $500 from playing bingo are saying, wait a minute, I've got 24 spaces here. We've got one more word to share with you. And, you know, one more reminder that you have till 10 o'clock to bid on the silent auction.
That's right. The silent auction goes until 10 o'clock. But if you happen to fill up your bingo cards, remember, okay, check your cards one last time because here are
Somebody's
all
out
the
there yelling bingo right now.
Here they are. Look at that. Look, there they all are. See, it's too easy. There they all are. Text your number. What do you do? Take a picture and then what do? You
take a picture of your card now that it's all filled up. Hopefully, if you're one of the lucky winners out there, take a picture of the card and send it to 899-1623. 899-1623 if you have filled up all the spaces on your card. And congratulations if you did.
And yes, congratulations. I guess somebody might be calling right now, perhaps 123, or not. texting, right?
Yeah, there should be some folks being very excited at the possibility of getting $2,000, $1,000, or $500 just for playing bingo.
Just for paying attention to us all night long and saying, what are they talking about in those crazy phrases that they're throwing together? We want to thank our sponsors who have really made this thing happen tonight. Let's take a look. I think we're going to run them past. Are we running them past right now, all the sponsors? Yeah.
Well, there's certainly, you can find them on the website, suffolkcenter.org. You can see the sponsors when we talk about the details of this virtual fundraiser. There's no place like home for the arts, as well as all of the organizations that are partnering with Suffolk Center for Cultural Arts to keep the mission going here as they have been over the past year, and to really fund the ability to do it for the next year, because we've been very pandemic minded, I think, and very aware of what a difference the center has made for those folks who have not been able to do all the things they normally like to do. But even when this thing is over, and at some point it's got to be, there will always be people who, whether they have mobility issues or work a crazy schedule, there will always be folks that can't always do the things they want to do when they want to do them. So it's, the outreach from the Suffolk Center for Cultural Arts, it isn't something that just happened because of the pandemic. It cranked into a higher gear because of the pandemic, but it's always offered that to the community, and it always will with your support. So again, thank you so much for being with us tonight, and thank you to all of those sponsors and all the volunteers.
Thanks to all of you, and thanks to all of you folks who have made the bids this evening. I think we're going to, are we going to?
We'll have winners soon, but we should probably tell them, how do I get my stuff if I win? So you can pick up your items from the Suffolk Center. Don't run down here tonight. You can actually pick them up next week on Tuesday, the 23rd, from 9 in the morning until 4 o'clock. So Tuesday, the 23rd, 9 to 4. If it's just impossible for you to get there in that window, just call the Suffolk Center and they'll work something out with you.
923-0003 is the number to call to get to Suffolk Center, the good folks at the Suffolk Center. If you need to make arrangements to pick up your items. But again, the 23rd from 9 to
9 to 4,
4.
so that's Tuesday.
Come on down, identify yourself. There are an awful lot of folks that we want to thank for making this event possible this evening. The Special Events Committee, good golly, you talk about people that have been working hard.
Hi, Susan Rawls. Did you see Susan on the Hampton Road Show
yes,
last
indeed.
week?
Yes, indeed.
She did a great job.
She did a great job. I've known Susan for many, many years, and that whole gang. I mean, what a great group they are.
All right. So
okay, we've got some stuff.
If you're a savvy TV watcher, Jim and I were just trying to kill some time until we got this.
Yeah, so, and what do we have?
Okay, so the $2,000 bingo winner is number 61. If you have card number 61.
Okay. Okay.
The 1,000. Oh yeah, I'm just not going to say who's running around with $2,000 in their pocket, Jim.
Oh.
The $1,000 bingo winner is number 36. Thanks for laughing at me, Wayne. I appreciate that.
Because I'm just lost.
I feel like Jimmy Fallon with you over there. Okay, and so we're still waiting on the $500 winner. Sorry to make you bite your nails a little bit longer. Again, $2,000 bingo winner, number 61, 1,000, number 36, and 121
is $500.
$500. Yep.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Well, that's
congratulations.
Congratulations, and listen, you can take Carrie and me out. Whenever, we'll be happy to join you.
I'll go along with that.
Particularly if the person bought the golf cart too, in which case they can,
drive us to the airport, and then we can get in the plane.
Good point.
If you don't have anybody go to the Outer Banks with you, we're like calendars.
Hey,
wide open.
If you need somebody to go fishing, again, thanks to all of the folks that made this happen. Carrie mentioned Susan Rawls. Mm-hmm. And the committee members, Penny Birdsong, Pearl Harrell, Teresa Earl, Sharon Flintoff, Mary Kemple Henderson, Denson House, Christy Johnson, Darlene Keat, Susan Lawrence, the director here, Carolyn Phillips, Kristen Pond, Bonnie Spate, Susan Stone, Mindy Webb, and a special shout out goes to creative director Gavin Harper.
Good job, Gavin.
Who put this thing together here. He's done a great job. We want to thank our generous sponsors for the support this evening and ongoing support. And of course, we should thank the businesses, the artists, and just the individuals who donated items for the live and silent
Here comes
auctions.
some more late breaking news.
And okay, I think I've got all the stuff. I think. Do I? Yes. So let me also thank Brandon House Furniture because they gave us our living room,
Very
and we
comfy.
appreciate that. And I'm going to announce the high bids for the live auction items.
All right.
Here, well, you know what? I'm going to do some, and you're going to do some. So I'll do a couple. The 4-seater golf cart. The highest bid was $6,300. How about that? And it went to bidder number 111.
Are we going to alternate?
Do we? Yeah, maybe. Or did I get? Well, yeah.
I've got the quail hunt for 4 in Gates County, North Carolina, went for $3,200 to bidder 1039. 1039. Say hello to those puppers for me.
Yeah. Oh, now this is great. So the hand-blown glass sculpture by Neil Duman, $1,150. Pretty good.
Pretty good.
Bidder number 1086.
Good job, you guys. Doubled that during the hour.
That's pretty good. Yeah, that's amazing.
Okay, the other piece of art that's been on the set with us for the evening, the painting Grazing by Guy Crittenden, is going to bidder $1082, $750.
And the round trip air service to the OBX, the highest bid, $950, and the bidder is number 143.
Congratulations. All right. If you want to hang out in Belhaven, North Carolina, instead of the Outer Banks, you're going bidder 1052. The Big Drum and Tarpon fishing trip went for $1,100, bidder 1052.
All right.
So congratulations to all of our live auction winners. Silent auction stays open until 10 o'clock. You can use that donate button until 10 o'clock. And I'm sure, anytime you'd like to make a donation or learn more about volunteering or taking part in the things offered here, just get in touch with the Suffolk Center for Cultural Arts.
Thanks for paying attention. Congratulations to everybody.